boys and girls. My name is Miss Hill, and I'm a third grade social studies and reading teacher at North Shore Elementary School. And today we're going to be going over some information about the 13 original colonies, and we're going to be playing a game to learn more about the middle colonies. So let's get started. The middle colonies. 3 colonial regions. The 13 original colonies are commonly divided into 3 groups or regions. At the beginning of the year, with your teacher, you learned about different regions, and we talked about the different regions of the United States and how it's broken apart. Well, the 13 original colonies were also broken up into regions. They had 3 of them. These groups are based on geographic location, as well as economic and cultural characteristics. So the 3 colonies were New England colonies, Mid-Atlantic colonies or middle colonies, and Southern colonies. So here's a map of the 3 regions, the 3 colonies. So we have New England up here, up north. We have the Mid-Atlantic or middle colonies, which are in the middle. And we have the Southern colonies, which are down south. So you can see the states that were included in these different areas, different regions. Geography helped colonists meet their needs. Colonists' first priority was survival. The land was strange and new to the colonists, so most of them had never been there before, didn't know anybody that lived in the area, so they really didn't know what to expect. So their first priority was to survive. They had limited supplies and no experience. Physical features of an area could make it easier or harder for colonists to meet their basic needs. And as a result, easier or harder for the colony to survive, thrive, and earn money. So depending on where their colony was located, they could have different physical features that can make it easy for them or can make it difficult. Access to water, the climate, and natural resources were important to the colonies. Access to water. Colonists needed enough rainfall to grow crops. They also needed drinking water for themselves, and they needed water for crops. Colonists needed access to a river leading to the Atlantic Ocean or to the ocean itself to trade with Europe for the goods they needed. So they couldn't grow everything or make everything that they needed, so they needed to be able to have access to water so that they could trade with other people. The climate. Climate impacted the colonists' ability to grow crops. Climate was influenced by how far north of the equator the colony was located. Colonies further north had colder weather and shorter growing season. Colonies further south had warmer weather and a longer growing season. However, colonies further south also had a greater risk of drought, less rainfall sometimes. Natural resources. Colonists relied on nearby natural resources to help them meet their needs. Natural resources supplied materials for shelters, clothing, food, and more. So they needed those natural resources to survive. All right, so let's get started to play a game to help us learn some more about the middle colonies. So we're going to be playing a scavenger hunt game, and you're just going to need a few things. There's a couple ways that you can play. You can play by listening to me read the task cards and filling the blanks in on your page, or you can print the task cards out and do it on your own in your own time, and however you want to do it is perfectly fine. So you're going to be printing out the scavenger hunt and hidden message to fill in blank page. So that's what it looks like. It's just a 2-page document. And so this is where you're going to be filling in your answers for your scavenger hunt. There's also a hidden message part, and that's at the bottom of the 2nd page. To play the game, I'm going to read the fact card, or if you print it out, you're going to read the fact card and fill in the blanks on your scavenger hunt page. So you're going to read a task card, or I'm going to read the task card, and you're going to fill in the blanks that go along with each task card. So task card number 1 goes with number 1. Task card number 2 goes with number 2. When filling in the blanks on the scavenger hunt, record the hidden message letter found on each fact card. Okay, so at the bottom of each fact card, there is a letter. Okay, so on that card, if it's number 1 card and the letter is A, then you're going to find number 1 on your hidden message, and you're going to put A there. Okay, and I'll help you as we go. So at the end, you're going to find the answer to our hidden message. So this is what your pages look like. So you'll just fill in the blanks from the task card, and then here is your hidden message. So our question from our hidden message is, what did the Dutch originally name New York? So New York had a different name. What did the Dutch originally name it? And after we're done, or before we're done, or before we get started, you can also look at these online resources to give you some more background knowledge about the colonies. So there's one about the 13 American colonies, and then the history of colonial America. All right, let's get started on our scavenger hunt. Task card number 1. The middle colonies included New York, Delaware, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. So I'm going to go to my answer sheet, and I'm going to read my question. It says the middle colonies included New York, blank, New Jersey, and blank. So I'm going to fill in the blanks from my task card. My hidden message letter is E. So then I'm going to go to the hidden message. I'm going to find number 1, and I'm going to put E above number 1. Number 2. The middle colonies were known for having warm summers and cool winters. The rich soil meant more crops and plants that could grow and thrive. Their growing season was also a longer period of time. So because they had warmer summers, they had a longer growing season. Hidden message letter W. So fill in your blank for number 2 using your task card, and then go to your hidden message, find number 2, and you'll put a W there. You might be able to solve the hidden message question before we're all done with our task cards. Number 3, wheat was one of the main crops in the middle colonies, which is why the colony was known as the breadbasket. That sounds like my kind of colony. The hidden message letter is S. Number 4. Gentle rolling hills cover much of the mid-Atlantic region. The region has many deep rivers, such as the Hudson and Delaware, that are easy for large boats to travel along. Winters are usually snowy and cool. They are colder and longer than winters in the southeast, but not as cold or long as in New England. Summers are warm with plenty of rain. So their winters are going to be colder than the southern colonies, but they're not going to be as cold as the New England colonies. Hidden message letter E. Number 5. Settlers of the middle colonies traded many natural resources such as timber, furs, and coal. Factories were also built to produce other goods such as iron and paper. Hidden message letter E. Number 6. Some of the famous founders of the middle colonies were William Penn, Peter Munit, Lord Berkeley, and the New Sweden Company. Hidden message letter R. Number 7. Farmers in the mid-Atlantic colonies raised cattle, sheep, and pigs. Farmers also harvested lumber from their land. Hidden message letter T. Number 8. Vegetables and fruits grew well in the middle colonies. Farmers also grew wheat, corn, barley, and other grains. Hidden message letter D. Number 9. Farmers usually sold their crops, lumber, and livestock at town and city markets. The largest of these markets were in Philadelphia and New York. These port cities were centers for shipping and trade. So Philadelphia and New York were port cities, and this is where shipping and trade happened. And the farmers would take their crop, lumber, and livestock up there to sell or trade. Hidden message letter A. Number 10, blacksmiths, carpenters, and other skilled artisans made many useful products. Cities attracted immigrants from many different countries. So immigrants are people that have come over from other countries. So people were interested in coming over because of all of the things that they made. Hidden message letter N. This is going to make the middle colonies very diverse. Number 11, poor laborers and enslaved African Americans lived in the middle colonies. The cities they did hard work on loading docks, in laundries, and as house servants. In rural areas, they worked on farms and plantations. Hidden message letter N. Number 12, people from many countries settled in the middle colonies. They brought different religions, traditions, and cultures. The colonists were diverse but came together to work for businesses and trade. So just like we talked about earlier, they came over for the different arts that they were having, which made the area very diverse and rich in different traditions and cultures and religions. Hidden message letter H. Last two. Are you getting close to your hidden message? All right. 13, most mid-Atlantic colonies were ruled by an English governor. That governor made the laws, but he also allowed the colonists to form representative assemblies. Colonists elected leaders to the assembly. The assembly helped make laws, although the governor made all final decisions. It's the first form of government, and they're forming laws and rulers to make sure that everybody stays in line and does what they're supposed to do. Hidden message letter L. All right, last one. 14. Most children in the middle colonies learned to read and write. However, there were fewer schools than in New England. Parents often taught their children at home. Instead of going to college, children were expected to learn useful work skills. Farmers taught their children to run the family farm. In towns, boys learned to run a business or to practice a trade, such as carpentry or blacksmithing. So in New England, they really pushed education, and kids went to college later on. But in the middle colonies, they thought it was more important for the children to learn useful skills so that they could one day be able to run a farm or have a trade such as carpentry or blacksmithing. Hidden message letter N. All right, that's our last one. I'm going to give you just a few seconds to finish up and make sure that you have all the letters in your hidden message so we can figure out the answer. All right, you ready to see the answer? See if you got it right? All right, what did the Dutch originally name New York? They named it New Netherlands. So if you had New Netherlands, you were correct. Thank you all so much for joining in with me today and learning some about the middle colonies. You all did such a great job, and I hope to see you soon. Have a great day.